Welcome, everyone, to today's matchup, brought to you by Play VS, where high school esports meets high-level competition. The stage is set, the teams are locked in, and it's time to find out who's got the skills, the strategy, and the nerves to take the win. Alright, so we are the LCBI Bisons from Outlook, Saskatchewan. Currently, we're 3-3, 27th in the leaderboard. And tonight, we're going to be playing the Colorado Tiger Pit. They're also 3-3, but they are ranked 25th. So, which means in the scoring, they gave up less points than we did. Here we go. Okay, so last week, unfortunately, didn't squeeze out the win, but we went all the way up to Game 5. We were against Viewmont High School. Some notable plays. I mean, right off the get-go, Bisons took the lead in Game 1, and then we had Viewmont tie it up for Game 2. For Escort, Viewmont took the lead with Escort. And then for Push, Bisons tied the series. However, we lost it in Game 5. It was narrow losses. Bisons showed resilience, adaptability, and flashes of brilliance, particularly from our support duos, Caleb Turd and Randy Anderson, who consistently have been a major strength all season. With a few refinements in coordination and more confident ultimate usage, LCBI is poised to climb even higher in the standings. So Overwatch 2, roles explained. Before we dive into the action, let's break down the 3 roles you'll see on the battlefield tonight. First off, we have the tank. The big guns up front. Tanks take the hits, hold the line, and clear the way for their teammates. They're the shield and the spear all at once. Next, we have damage or DPS. These are the playmakers, the sharpshooters, the brawlers, the ones who racked up eliminations and break defenses wide open. If you want to highlight real moments, you're going to watch the DPS. Finally, we have support, the unsung heroes. They keep the team alive, powered up, and in fighting shape. Without strong support, no team survives long in Overwatch. Together, these 3 roles form the backbone of every squad. A delicate balance of strength, firepower, and strategy, and tonight you'll see just how important that balance is. So we have 5 games that we're going to be playing, starting off with Control. So with Control, both teams brawl over a single objective, win 2 out of the 3 rounds to claim the map. Next, we have Hybrid. Step 1, capture a point. Step 2, turn that point into a payload and escort it to victory. Next, we have Escort. One team pushes a payload through checkpoints, and the other tries to stop them in their tracks. Fourth, we have Push. Teams fight to control a robot in the center, then push it as far as possible into enemy territory. Flashpoint is the newest addition. Multiple control points unlock 1 at a time. Capture 3 before your opponent to secure the win. So for tonight's player list, we have Tank, grade 12 student, Piper Murdoch, gamertag Muio. Next, we have Christopher Summick, grade 11 student. He is one of our damage players, gamertag C-Play Games. For our other damage player, we have Colin Keith, another grade 12 student, gamertag Starting Point. For support, we have grade 11 student Randy Anderson, gamertag Skyfire. And finally, we have Caleb Turden, grade 12, as our final support player, gamertag Star Trek Fan. So again, Game 1 is going to be Control. It's a best of 3 format, so we could have up to 3 rounds of Control. Should be a good match. Yeah, last game, what we saw from the Bisons was relatively good coordination. We had a couple good key moments there. Would have been great to again work on their ultimate usage, you know, try to find a way to make it worthwhile. But you know what? We have some good we had some good feedback from the coaches last game, and we're gonna see what the Bisons have been up to in their training. There was a big push for the Bisons to start working on solos, solo competitive. This week they've been focusing more on that coordination, working together as a team, trying to be able to coordinate. So we're going to see what the Bisons and how the Bisons have been working on that. So I think we're actually joined with Silver Shadow, aka Mark Knutson, head coach for the Bisons. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, how are you today?
Oh, not too bad. Excited for another. Now we're. I think this is daylight savings. We've moved back to 5 o'clock. So yeah, Mark, tell us, how has the training been going this week?
Oh, unfortunately, I was away from the team this week with some work duties, but I know just talking with Brian and seeing what some of the kids have been doing, it sounds like they've put a lot of effort into getting ready for this week, and I'm excited to see how it pans out.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to in tonight's match? Is there anything specific that you're going to be having your eye out for, or any specific players that you're going to be having your eye out on?
Yeah, there's a few things. Obviously Mew, Meow um, has been a really nice addition to this team. New to the team, grade 12. And looking for them to take the next step. They've been really great in their play so far this year, and so we've been working with them on taking that next step and doing some of that stuff. And then just looking for hopefully somebody to kind of take control of the communication, direct the team, and get them focused. We like I said, we came into this season with a relatively new team, relatively inexperienced group. They've spent a few weeks getting to know each other, starting to blend as a team, and we've really seen that growth over the last few weeks. So now it's how do you refine that and take the next step. So it'll be some of those little things I'll really be watching for this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's funny how our roster came together. I mean, I mentioned the starting lineup. We also have grade 12 student Evan Chang. He's our alternate DPS. We have grade 11 student Peter Haberstock. He's our alternate tank in grade 11. And then we have actually two grade 9s. Sarah Knutson as one of our supports, and Lyndon Alto as another support. So based off of our current roster, we have one spare tank, one spare DPS, and a couple spare supports. So it is interesting actually having the grade 9s as support. Mark, do you see them filling in any other roles throughout their esports career? Or do we think, with Overwatch 2, they're going to be, I don't want to say glued to support or typecast to support, but is it common to have the support characters swap around as needed?
Yeah, and I do see our grade nines, as they grow, taking on other roles for sure. And we have some, you even look at starting point, can be one of those flexible players, can play healer, can play DPS. Sorry, and Star Trek fan. Sorry, I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we've seen that with some of our more experienced players. They gain more flexibility. So I would suggest, especially with the grade nines, if they stick with it, definitely by the time they hit grade 12, chances are they'll be more flexible and able to play more of those roles and fill more in. And a lot of it again because it is high school and there is so much turnover. Because you've constantly have kids graduating and new kids coming on, is watching that roster take shape, and you will have kids that have the skills to flex into the roles where they're needed, not necessarily where they get typecast. So that would be my hope for the grade nines, is that we continue to work with them and expand their skill set, and eventually they're able to flex into other roles for us as well.
Huge. I mean, it is exciting to think about having two goaded supports. Like, we've seen wonderful things from our support players, both Randy and Caleb, this season. But, again, they came in a little bit later on in their high school careers. Whereas if you have, Lyndon and Sarah, they stick with it and they keep working on support. Like having just like god tier level supports, God small g. Uh, but you have like these skill players and supports, like, yeah, you'd be able He'd be able to absolutely devastate. The team wouldn't be able to get any KOs.
Well, and we've seen it even with some of the support players, like the one that Cobalt Shadow plays, can kind of flex to almost be a third DPS at times, depending on the style that you play them. And we have other supports that are able to do that as well. So, depending on the skill set and how they grow, you can kind of almost flex into that third DPS role, or back into that support kind of as the match dictates, right? So, yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing the skill sets continue to improve, and it's one of the things that um, we're really trying to develop within the program is the development of the skill set so that um, they're able to perform at their peak as a unit, but also individually. So hopefully they can take these skills as they move forward, perhaps into the collegiate ranks or onwards. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now we're playing Colorado Tiger Pits. Now, they're ranked 25th. They're ranked 25th. We're ranked 27th. We're both 3-3, but it's that difference of a couple steps there that I find interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how our players battle this out because for those of you who don't know, the reason why we're both 3-3, they're higher in the tier, is because they've had they've given up less points, right? So when we're doing escort or they're doing control, they've given up less points than we have, and so that means that they're obviously ranked. Now I wonder, it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if I have access to those lists, but did Colorado Tiger Pits, did they also have some no-show matches? Because I mean that's what kind of threw our rankings a bit out of whack initially. Was we won the first game because they didn't show, so we gave up no points, and we were ranked, I think, 4th up on the leaderboard. And then we've been losing. We dropped
yeah,
down, and then we kind of bounced back up. So, like, I wonder with
so
Colorado,
they
what's their
did
story?
actually. They had a bye the very first week, so the same as our no show, um, and then it really does play off of wins and losses as well in that ranking. So they had a 2-3 loss, then a 3-0 win, then a 0-3 loss, a 3-0 win, and a 0-3 loss. So they've been kind of in that 500 ballpark all along, coming off of a loss last week. So
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how the play. I mean, this is when it gets exciting for Overwatch. I mean, it's no different than playing ranked, right? You play ranked, and if your ranking is like, let's say you get placed gold, like in the gold tier, and you're more of a bronze player, and the more you play, the more fine tuned the difficulty is, and the matchmaking process. So you actually get some actually decently similar tiered level competition.
yep.
So at this point in the season, we're getting that. Now, Mark, I have to ask about playoffs. Okay, so currently we're 27th. What has playoffs looked like for Play VS in the past?
So historically, it's been a 32 team bracket. Um, So I know it does. Part of it matters on how many teams are in the league, but I expect that we're probably in that 32 team bracket area again this year, which tells me that we're currently in a playoff position. But obviously, like any bracket situation, you don't want to come in being one of the lowest seeds because that puts your first round match in a really difficult position usually. So we'd love to see ourselves push up. We think we can be a mid playoff tier team. So that would be ideal if we could, get up into that middle range close to 16th place. But I know we're running out of games as well. We're definitely coming close to the end of the fall regular season, I believe. So um, yeah,
Yeah,
in fact, this actually may be our last regular season game. Now that I'm looking at it, that is possible. So
yeah, I think so. Cause I remember last week we were talking about how we only have 2 regular season games left. So it's either, if this isn't the last one, this might be the second last one. But yeah, very well could be the last regular season game before playoffs. So, Mark, how have playoffs worked in the past? Is it one game elimination? Is it,
yeah,
how
so
does
it,
that work?
it's it, it's a bracket style tournament. So think March Madness of one loss and you're out. win and you move on kind of thing. And it starts, one verse 32 and two verse 31. So again, your ranking dictates kind of where you're going to start in that playoff bracket, and the competition that you're going to get in that first round. We've in the past few seasons now, I believe it's the past 3 seasons, possibly 4 seasons. LCBI has been a playoff team, and for sure the last 3 seasons we've at least made it to the second round. So we've had some good success. Now, again, we talked about earlier in the year the roster turnover, and we lost 4 grade 12s from our starting lineup last year. Um, so I but that would be lofty expectations to expect that this team could execute at that level. But what they're showing us is they've really grown as a team, and that's not as much of a dream as we had thought. It's just can they come together fast enough now at the end of this season, because it is a quick season. So
Absolutely. This season seems like it's absolutely flown by. Uh, I know, so we have our fall season, and then we have another season coming up with is that is this winter or spring season? When does the
we
next
call
season
yeah
start?
Yeah, we call it spring season. I believe it starts in March. I'd have to confirm that though. But I think the biggest difference for us is, again, competing against primarily American teams. Um, those schools tend to go in earlier in the year, and so there's basically an entire preseason that we miss. Again, the way that LCBI school is, we almost jumped. I think we only had one preseason match this year, and that was like almost opening week. So we're jumping in where a lot of these teams get a month or more of practice ahead of time. So we're kind of behind the 8 ball in fall season, whereas spring season we'll get that full preseason schedule, and we'll build off the fall season's learnings, hopefully, and hopefully that helps. So we've definitely, that spring season feels a little longer and it feels a little more complete because we do have those additional components.
I think that's going to make quite the difference. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, with Colorado, they've been, because I think the school year in the States starts in August, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas with us, yeah, we're not starting until September. So, what that being said, LCBI does have their spring camp or their summer camps. This year
Yes.
we did have the LCBI Esports camp, which was exciting.
It was very exciting. Yeah.
How interested are you in building that part of the LCBI program?
Yeah, like it's unfortunately it's at a rough time of year usually for me to make it. I was able to coach 1 year, but one of the benefits we've had is some excellent LCBI staff that organize that camp have been able to secure different coaches throughout out the years, and the last couple of years they've actually had a university coach from Canada coaching that camp. So the skills that the kids that come to that camp learn, tremendous. They have an opportunity to learn from some of the best and people that know how to compete at a very high level. And so our players here, if they have the opportunity to come to camp, or other players from other programs, are definitely available to come to that camp as well, or players that are just interested, have an opportunity to learn from some of the very best at that camp. So
Yeah.
it's a very positive thing for the school.
Well, it's great because being at LCBI offers you that benefit of having, if you want to send your kid and work on certain aspects. I know, we have a big emphasis on our sports program this year. The Bisons did a great job at the football program. Volleyball is always up there. Esports, I mean, every year the program is taking shape. I think we've been doing this, for now, 3 years? 3, 4 years?
Yeah, 3 or 4 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
slowly building it, and it's gotten to the point now where I know initially we had a couple key players that, they were our esports program. Without them, you know, we wouldn't really have stood a chance. But it's cool now with those players gone, and us seeing like, okay, well, what happens when you don't have your key players? Well, can we still compete? And this season has shown that despite us not having those key players, we're still in a position to compete. And a lot of our players, I mean, if you look at our roster, a lot of the people on the Bison's roster are actually dorm kids.
Yeah, and shout out to LCBI and the facilities. able to compete with some of these big programs in the U.S. schools that have multiples of students compared to LCBI. LCBI has some really committed staff that um, are able to make sure that the facilities are available for the kids to work on this. When they have time and ability, and the passion that's brought out in some of these kids has been really great. I think one other thing I'd just like to call out, we've got Star Trek Point and Starting Point, Star Trek Fan and Starting Point, two players that played a bench role for several seasons over the last few years, and we're really seeing them step up this year, which is really cool. You talked about what do we do when these players move on, and then you see some of these understudies, for lack of a better term, come up and really show you what they have learned and really excelling. It's exciting to see that as well.
Yeah, and folks, hang in. If you're wondering why you're hearing two old guys talk and not seeing gameplay, we're just waiting on the Tiger Pit team from Colorado. They're waiting for two more players. Once those players queue up, we're going to be invited into the lobby as spectators, and we'll be ready to go. So hang tight, hang tight. Thanks for being patient with us here, and Mark and I will continue to keep you guys entertained with all the esports talk. We can talk. We can esports talk quite a bit.
Well, and it's exciting times for this LCBI program too, just because, again, a lot like you said, the ability to see what's come of it after some of those key players have moved on from kind of our first group, and seeing positive results. So, looking forward to seeing where this continues to go.
We're definitely in the top 32. I can't see this match, depending on what this match does to our rankings. We're only going to move up or down a couple spots, I believe. So, I think we're poised to be in a good position for playoffs. Yeah, we're top 3. How many people are currently in this division?
I'd have to look again. I think it was, in the mid 60s. So, again, a solid amount of teams considering. 50. We got a whole bunch of people tied at 54, so I'm not actually sure.
Definitely in the 60s.
Definitely into the 60s.
So yeah. Better than 50% of the teams in our division.
Yep.
And, esports is such a fast-growing sport. Every year, esports gets, I don't know if validation's the right word, but the acknowledgement we get for being in the competitive sphere is every year it gets better and better and better. But I think that the team is ready to go. We're just waiting for our invite to get into spectating. So just hang tight, folks. We're about to hop in here. All right, here we are. We're now in the spectating. I think we gotta say that we're team 1 here, otherwise we're spectating everything, which makes for great. Yeah, our team only. Well, hang on. I just see Christopher decided to spec our team only. Okay. I remember when we had that exhibition, that first game, that first regular season game. It was phenomenal how, totally different energy the live stream had, having that topographical view.
Yes.
Was great. So hold on here, because as I said, if they don't, I know Christopher Sumick, being somebody of great integrity, saying no, spec our team only,
Yeah. No, and I will say, that speaks to the Bison Pride culture that permeates through the rest of the sports, and the integrity that we expect our athletes and students to have. Chris Sumick, I think, highlights a lot of those key traits. So
Absolutely, and for those of you who don't know with LCBI, I mean, we're not without our problems. We had some graffiti in the bathroom one year. It was interesting. We had, we had. Oh, hold on. Sorry, we're just changing some sound settings here. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, we had some graffiti in the bathroom. I remember I was using the washroom and I saw somebody wrote on the bathroom wall. It said, "Have a great day" with a bunch of hearts, and then somebody else wrote, "Believe in yourself and you can achieve anything." So that gives you a taste of the quality of students we have here at LCBI. Wonderful, wonderful students. So wow, I'm excited to see how they still haven't switched us to spec. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, and I will say, the one thing that again, um, with C play picking things up and stuff, managing the software, they understand it. There are some teams that do still struggle with that, and they may not all necessarily be in the same room. Not everybody is blessed with the same facilities that LCBI has, where they can put the team in a room and have fans and have streaming and all of those other things. So, it could take this other team a few minutes to get things sorted out. So.
Well, as it stands now, they were only a few minutes away from disqualifying for the Play VS. I believe it's half an hour from the start
Yes,
time.
correct.
So they didn't have very long. Didn't have very long left to get things going. So, but again, it's about the game. I know there's some teams out there that relish in that, or I know that a tactic that some teams have used in the past to intentionally keep the other team waiting. Because I mean, if you got a half an hour, technically you could do one round of competitive.
For sure. Yep.
So you could do a round of competitive and then just be like, all right, yeah, now we're good. You guys waited. Because the team waiting's like, well, we don't want to start a game and be like, hey, they're ready. Then you're gonna have to drop out and deal with that. So it is a tactic that I think some teams do employ. I know when I did Play VS, because I used to coach the Play VS Rocket League team. A lot of that. There was a lot of that. Like, I could see them in the coaches chat being like, oh yeah, no, they're all ready, but they're just playing a game of competitive. Then they'll almost be done. Yeah, they'll be done right away. And it's just like, okay, it's kind of a jerk thing to do, but I suppose.
Yeah, no, it's and again, that's one thing that we've always seen from all of our teams is acting with that integrity and doing things with the right spirit. So
yeah, absolutely, it's about the game.
Proud of our kids for sure.
Yeah, huge. Okay, so just a reminder, folks, our first game or the game modes that we play, we start off with control, hybrid, and then escort, push, and finally flashpoint. So a little bit about control. So both teams brawl over a single objective, win 2 out of the 3 rounds to claim the map. Interesting, last season we started off with Flashpoint. I think I like this better with having Flashpoint at the end, that if you get to game 5, it is a more hectic game mode. Less time to coordinate, less time to organize. So I think it does make it interesting. I know last week when we went to Game 5, it was really cool to see the teams. Even though we unfortunately didn't win, it was cool to see just like that hectic, chaotic, like go.
Yeah.
So I'm happy there. I'd like to see push a little bit higher up in the ranking. I'm going to say it every week.
I'm with you, Coach. Love to see push a little higher in the play settings, because yes, I agree. I feel like push is one that I'd love to see every week. And I very much agree with you. I like seeing Flashpoint at number 5, mostly because it puts such a strain on the communication side of things. You kind of need to be into the match a little bit before you get into that. Having it right off the bat, first of all, was really challenging last year for sure.
All right, so I see that they've switched us to in the blue corner spectators.
Yes.
Fine. Okay. No omniscient spectator privileges. That's all right, though. Have
they already done hero bans? I didn't see any of that.
I don't see that. I'm not sure if they did hero bans or not. but I see the Bisons right now.
Oh, there we go. Chris's C-play is reminding them that.
Yeah, there he is again.
Yeah. Well, it's it's phenomenal to have a leader like Chris, on the team and able to help keep things focused.
And spoiled because we get him again next year, and potentially the year
Exactly.
after that if I keep failing him. That's how we keep our
now
athletes.
There's a strategy we can play.
Yeah, be like, yeah, poor Chris is like 25. He's like, Prokopchuk, just let me pass history 20, buddy. Like, let's go.
I think the gig might be up on that with a student with the high standards that he has for himself, though.
Yeah, no, I can't see that flying. I can't see that, especially with parent-teacher conferences just around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, so looks like, do you ban first or us? Okay, so they're talking about the player bans or the character bans. Always an interesting strategy. I mean, I wonder how much homework other teams do with us. Like, in football, opposing teams will go see each other's games, take a look at film, try to get plays and see what their strengths are and their characters are. But it'll be interesting to see what, if any other teams are actually observing the Bisons. I mean, we talked, I think, a little bit last week about the strategy of not starting off with your strongest players or your strongest characters. So I know with Piper, not starting her off with her primary tank, but her secondary one, just to kind of like throw them for a loop and be like, well, you banned the wrong character, because I think Piper's main is Sigma.
Yeah,
and her secondary is Junker Queen. So maybe starting off with Junker Queen, throw them for a loop, get them thinking, well, who's their primary, who's their secondary characters? Because if you play if you get banned from using a certain character, that could totally throw your strategy and your game plan for a loop.
Yeah, at least it's only for one map. You can only do a ban for one map, or one round, I guess. So it's not like you've lost them for the entire match, but it can definitely, definitely throw you off for sure, and throw your entire team comp off. The bans. This is the first season that this has been in play, so it's another piece of strategy that has to go into the game. Which, if you're not familiar with esports, there is a lot of strategy that goes into this game. And so this is just another layer on top of that that the team has to understand and contend with. So, and when it does come to scouting other teams, we definitely do that when the opportunity arises. A lot of the teams in Play VS do stream their matches. They do have competitive programs that have YouTube streams, so we do look for those if they're available. We didn't find any this week. That doesn't mean that this team doesn't have that, but we didn't find any this week. So, but when available, we definitely try and do our homework that way as well. Just because every bit of effort that the coaches can do on behalf of the team, gives them that next step up. So.
Yeah, well, it looks like we have our first ban, Anna, and looks like we're banning Bastion.
All right.
So interesting choices. As far as Anna goes, do we have any primary Anna?
We do. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily primary, but Star Trek fan is a pretty good Anna. And Skyfire can play Anna as well. So maybe they looked into the character histories of our players for that ban. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily a main for either of our support players. So
I mean, Mark,
we'll
you
see
know
how
me,
this plays out.
100% ban Reaper all the time. 100% ban Reaper. Take him out. Take him out of the character selection. Drives me bonkers, but that's all right. Okay, so we're getting started here. Control. Interesting game mode to start with. I mean, it's pretty classic when you think of Overwatch. Pretty classic game mode, right? Like, there's an objective, capture it. You got 3 rounds, and we'll we'll take a look and see what the Bisons can pull off. I know. I'm not I like this. I mean, we're starting with our, I think, our usual loadout here.
Snap out of it, old man.
Yep,
Talon
this
is
looks
using
very very standard for the team from a starting point. So looks good.
Where are you going?
Yeah. All right. Last
Hey,
week we had some
I'm talking to
issue
you.
with Piper. Ammo, there it is. Yeah, door's about to drop. And just a moment.
Oh, there we go. Timing was much better.
Yeah, I think last time like they were still halfway through a jig before
Trouble's here.
they started running.
私がついてる。
Alright, so Bison's pushing up to the
Let's
objective.
kick this up.
Looks like we've made contact.
That was a good use of the shield there to make that corner.
Yeah. Not too shabby with that, but we gotta watch out here. Piper is surrounded, and
Yep, in a rough spot. They targeted the tank hard there. Yep.
yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. We had Skyfire. Ryan Anderson obviously got taken out.
I see a
So
hostile.
Bisons are now here without. This is where I would be maybe strategically falling back. Bisons without a tank looks like a DPS.
You cannot escape me.
Not destined for greatness. Here we go. All right, we got Piper back in play. And Star Trek fam. All right, Bison's going.
Actuating the barrier.
Okay, so looks like C-Play Games Chris is subbing to Soldier 76.
He is.
Solid choice. See if we can find him.
Yeah, he's really fighting off that Reaper in the back, which is good. Keeping that Reaper busy. So
Yeah, and almost at an ultimate.
yes, doing some solid work there.
Yeah, really cool thing about Soldier 76, he has a health lead. Nice. And gets his ultimate. Not sure, yeah, I wouldn't push that right now. I want to wait for the Bisons to be back at full strength.
The barrier appears.
Looks like we only got 4, and there is 5. This might be a good opportunity to use
Yep,
it
there you
to
go.
make the choking point.
Yeah, they've got a couple of knocks now and pushing through. So they may actually hold on to it now with that push. That was well done.
Yeah. Now would be a good time to get it set up for the counter attack. We know the Bisons are going to cap it. We know they're going to be pushing once they respond. You get that, you push them back.
Yep, good job by the Bison spreading out, covering some different elevations and angles here. I like seeing that. So
Yeah.
Over there.
Not sure about how I feel about both our DPSs being this close together. They have to be close to having their ultimates. But looks like they took out Chungus.
yeah, and really repelled for there. Actually, they did a great job supporting each other and using that elevation to their advantage. That was really well done, actually.
I just get so nervous every time I see them clumped up like that. Because I'm like, oh, just one ultimate and they're cooked.
Yeah, that's true. Although the ultimates that obviously they got to watch in case of a Reaper ultimate,
Over
but
there.
the other
Over
ultimates
there.
that the opposing team has should be okay. Bisons have 4 ultimates, so they should be able to respond. And that the opposing tank is really struggling with the elevation of the DPS. Good on.
I'm curious to see where their support is. 'Cause their tank usually runs in there.
There we go. Another knock on the tank, which is going to make it really difficult for the rest to push in. So
Yeah, and they're...
Skyfire used the ultimate there, which is good. That's a good one to hold that space.
Barrier
So.
initialized.
And still 3 ultimates, and Star Trek fan almost has his back again. So really great shape to be able to hold this. Good job on the Bisons, allocating those ults as required. There we go, C-Play game. Big ultimate there. Really well done.
Yikes, Reaper ultimate coming through. We're in overtime. Looks like Bison's going to have to form a counter-offensive quick.
Yeah,
Back on
and no,
that objective.
they did get a couple of knocks, so the other team might not be at full strength rate yet. So definitely possible to mount an attack.
Where is Piper?
Surrender my will.
All right, nice debuff
Yeah, they're
from
gonna have to
Star
push,
Trek
yeah.
fan. Nice, debuff and ultimate use.
This ends now.
Here we go. Here's Viper in the thick of it, targeting the enemy tank. Maybe needs to switch. Nice! And enemy tank
Nice,
is gone. Bisons, I think this is going to the Bison. That's a team wipe.
Yep.
Round
Bisons
one.
did a really good
going
job
to the
targeting the
Bisons.
supports first there. Really good job targeting the supports first before turning on the tank. That was well done. You know, the tank had no more supports left, and they just melted them. Big round by the Bisons. That was awesome to see. Big round by the Bisons.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just taking notes here for the next week's article. For those of you watching who follow the LCBI campus clips, unfortunately Monday is the deadline, or Monday at
If we
3
do
is the
this right,
deadline to get
they
the
won't even know what
article
happened.
out for the next week's
My
clips.
ultimate ability is
So for our games being Monday night, is we're usually a week behind. But yeah, if you want a good recap of how the game went. But round one goes to Bisons. We're going now down to round two.
A good job on C-Play using the speed boost there to try and control that top area and get a quick knock on the Reaper there. And great job by our supports in helping keep him alive through that fight. That was a good push.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, our supports, it does make a difference.
enemy located.
Yep. Yeah, Skyfire with that being able to jump from character to character. Obviously, it's time; it's not instant. But they've gotten really great use out of that ability, and I don't think the other teams realize how important she is in winning some of those one-on-one battles.
Nice drop from Christopher Summick.
There's a test subject.
Hang on. The nice thing with the damage. Nice strategic retreat from Chris. I mean, one big thing with damage, you don't necessarily have to get KOs in order to be helpful to your team. The reality is, if they're shooting at you, they're not shooting at somebody else. And if you can get more than one of them to shoot at you, then you're laughing. Bisons had an amazing defense there. Have pushed back. Ooh, we have Chris trying to go toe-to-toe with the Reaper.
He's chasing now.
This
He's
is
chasing
Ego.
now.
This is Ego.
Yep.
That's
That's right.
All right, there's the humility pulling him back.
That's good. Yeah. No, and again, controlling that space, that upper angle was huge. Having to force the opposing team to have, look up and down is really important, right? If they're not attacking just on one plane. So.
Nice.
Oh, well done, punishing that tank for his position. That was really, really well done. And Skyfire again with a big cleanse there, multiple teammates.
Nice.
I don't know that changed that fight. Just that one movement by Skyfire. Really, really well done.
I have to say, I am sure the Tiger Pit team from Colorado is shook.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I, who are they going to ban? They got too many players kind of in there. The other thing I've really noticed is Piper's doing a really great job controlling space this week. Not getting too far out, not getting too far in. Using her abilities to control that space, doing a really great job with that. So, baiting that opposing tank into some bad positions.
Yikes! Good use of the ultimate from the opposing team. What did they? I think got 3 Bisons. But, I mean, the nice thing is we have our tank and we have our DPS, and our DPS does have the ability to heal.
Yeah. And we've got 3 ults again now. Oh, nice KO. They tried using character to kind of sneak behind and get a cheap one, and good reaction by the team there. Oh, they're in good shape. They're moving forward, pushing hard. Look at Piper own that space. Great job. And again, Star Trek fan with the ult there to really cement that push.
Oh, absolutely. Well, then they panic. The enemy team panics, and they're like, oh, boy.
Can't beat me. Everyone heal up.
Well done, guys. That's a great team victory.
That's a great team victory.
Good all the way around. Everybody did their part. That's exactly what we want to see.
All right, play of the game. Skyfire! Randy Anderson gets play
Well
of
done.
the game. Team
And
not
look at
very
that.
often. Nice 2-3. There's the triple kill.
And then look at that cleanse right there.
Yeah, and then just goes right back to her job. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but you notice that really came about. Again, great on Randy there. Some excellent play, but Piper controlling the space and letting her do that. Right. Again, those plays of the game often are team plays, and that was phenomenal. Well done.
Yeah,
great example.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guesstimate they're gonna ban Soldier 76. They might actually ban. They might ban Randy's.
They might ban Curie.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll see. Maybe I'm not sure where she'll go from there. Maybe she might go Ana after they banned Ana last time. So, that's the one thing I'm confident with all of these kids. Even if they go to their backup, I still feel confident that the team's going to be able to work well together and pull this out. So,
Yeah.
great first match by the Bisons. I love the
huge.
teamwork. I love watching everybody play their role so well there. Couldn't ask for any better from the group.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Teamwork. I think that was the winning slogan of that match. I mean, yeah, I think they've been playing now for I know we had a late start to the season, but they have been playing for the last 2 months.
Yeah, I think it's been about 6 weeks. They've really been in it together. So
yeah,
we're starting to see that pay off.
Well, and they're finding their groove, right? They're finding their groove. They're seeing what works. They're like, oh, okay, I know. If I need Piper here, I just need to ask Piper, and Piper, she's gonna move over here. Colin knows. Well, I better go lay on the hurt because if I'm not shooting at them, that means they're not shooting at me, and if they're not shooting at me, that means they have 5 guys shooting against my 4 teammates. So everybody's just again they're doing their job. They're doing their job, and that is so great to see.
Yep, and it's like any team sport, right? The sum is going to be greater than the individual parts. So, another thing I'd just like to say, shout out to the community that we have watching. Starting to get some more people watching the live stream. We've seen a lot of people watching the replays, but appreciate the folks tuning in online to support the kids. That's a big deal for them. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean that's what this is for. It's for the kids. I mean, when you have people tuning into the live streams, watching, cheering on the Bisons, it does make all the difference, especially for our players who know. Yeah, you got maybe half a dozen people to a dozen people watching. It makes the difference. They love the feedback. They love the commentary. They do also love watching the game and saying like, oh wow, hey, we got a lot of people currently on, and they're like, we kind of put the pressure on. It's exciting.
Yeah, any athlete likes to have a fan base to play in front of, for sure. Anybody that's played hockey or football or baseball knows that feeling of playing in an empty stadium's just not as much fun as playing in front of the crowd, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I also announced the senior men's Ice Hawks games. Our hockey team here in Outlook. We had a game last night. It felt good to be, back at the rink and cheering for the boys. And yeah, when you got an entire stadium there cheering, yeah, it makes so much of a difference. So, thanks guys for tuning in. We're going into our second game mode, which is hybrid. So step 1, capture a point. Step 2, turn that point into a payload and escort it to victory. Obviously 2 rounds. You get once on offense, once on defense. I love going on defense first. I think it's a huge advantage. I think it's a huge advantage being on defense first because you know how far you need to push it, and you can almost mentally prepare, right?
Yeah. I think the mental side of the game, it's easier to be on defense first. But that can flip sometimes and can get a little demoralizing if you kind of get rolled up too. But you always at least know where you have to get to. So I also prefer to be defense first, and then the target gets laid out for you at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there it is. So they banned Chris's soldier,
Yeah.
which is definitely not
They've,
Chris's main. So
I
I'm
know.
not sure
I
they
know.
realize what they're asking for here.
That's good. That's it. They've fallen for the trap. Yes.
So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I didn't notice that LCBI. Oh, they did. They banned the Lucio, and based off that last, the Lucio did provide a lot of longevity in some of those fights for them last round. So that's a good ban on the Bison side.
Yeah. Huge, good, great call from the Bisons. Yeah. I think this next round is going to be interesting to see the Bisons going on offense. I know last week we had a really good offensive pushes. Like on the payload, we were pretty great. Defense, I always get a little bit more hesitant on, but I mean, again, I think was it 2 weeks ago we had a round where we stopped them just inches shy of the final checkpoint, and we knew that we're like, okay, well, we got to finish this. We got to finish it. We got to get it all the way to the end, and then we win. So that was really cool to see the Bison step up to that. So,
Yes.
yeah, it'll be cool to see who has to go on defense. I don't know. I think there's something about the hosting team. The hosting team gets to decide who's on offense or defense.
So because we won, they should actually get to choose because they lost the last round. So.
All right. This is Overwatch's take on New York styled music. It's kind of there. But okay, round one. Yeah, we don't know who's on. Oh, I think we might be actually on defense first. That might be nice. Bison's currently assembling their heroes. All right, we are on defense. This is an ideal scenario. And we have Christopher Summick
awesome.
currently playing his main.
I believe that
And this is a great mix for us on defense. With Piper having Sigma on defense, starting point, and C play both of their mains. Really great at
I think everybody's at their
lanes.
mains.
Anything you
Yeah, and now we have Star Trek Man,
Back.
with his switch to his main as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Sounds good.
But yeah, looking forward to seeing how this comes about because I think we've got a really good lineup now for defense. So
Yeah. Well, I see here. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is too great for Chris being this high up.
so far working pretty
yeah,
well.
I was gonna say they haven't noticed him.
Sure. No, that was really well done.
Yeah.
It was an unusual starting point, I would agree. Not a normal place to start on defense, but paid off for him because they were not prepared to have him in that location. Oh, a little aggressive though, and got caught.
Yeah. Not as aware of his surroundings as we would have liked.
Yeah.
But I mean, we still have our two support. Actually, no, we have everybody still pushing. I'm not sure if...
And starting point in a great place, really controlling that entryway lane. Well done. Giving them some pause.
Yeah. Well, just another shot. Just another, like, bullet flying. Another chaos in the next. Nice! Chungus is taken out.
Punish the tank. Yeah.
Ooh. Yikes.
Got a little low. Yeah.
Poor Colin
Randy was
catching
just a hair late.
strays.
Yeah, Randy was just a hair late to save him there, but now we have Chris back in the action. So, good job on the Bisons, just controlling space and time.
Yeah. All right, talk to me about that ultimate that they throw that circle down, and it seems to keep up and slow. Fine.
Yeah, so that's RAM. It's not ultimate. It's one of the abilities, and it does slow. It also does some damage. And it is, again, meant to control space. It's great for confined areas, and especially if you're competing against grouped up players. So.
Time for a big
We saw a lot of that last week. There it is again.
Oh, good ult here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just going to, ooh, that Reaper getting up there. Oh, yikes. Ah, poor Caleb.
Yeah, he was, you don't want to see your supports going up against the Reaper 1v1. That was not an ideal situation.
So that looks like that's a team wipe for the Bisons. I mean, the good news is they got a minute 35 left, which means they don't have that much time to get the objective to the payload to the first objective checkpoint.
Yeah, I always look at it, if you can get them under that 2 minutes before they can cap the point, that's a win. And the idea is just to slow them down and not necessarily stop them completely, because these teams are pretty well balanced, I would say. But just to slow them down at every possible opportunity.
Yeah. There's that Reaper. Oh yes, Reaper.
And they made them pay.
Out.
Yep. And you can tell the Bison's obviously communicating on that Reaper. Watching for him, calling him out, so they were able to focus it.
Essentially yelling "pull" and then take it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes, that's exactly. A great job again by Piper, just controlling space. When we talk about delaying and stuff.
And again, nerves of steel. Just nerves of steel. All right, I'm gonna get in there and just get taken. Yeah, she got Chungus.
Yep. And then the awareness of starting point to see the Reaper trying to get around behind, calling out for some help to scare him off the point. Well done. Sometimes players can get really focused on what's in front of them. Again, as a team, it takes that combined awareness to watch some of these things. So you've seen the other team tank with a big ult. Really made a difference there.
Yeah. Looks like it was a Bison wipe. However, they did take out Chungus. So
yes.
The DPS and the supports are going to be moving. I know Piper is sitting on an ultimate. So is Chris.
And we got 4 now. So
yeah, they're all sitting on their ultimates. This might be a good opportunity. Oh, I see they got the police sirens. They got that part of New York, correct?
Oh, Piper holding some real space really stopped this in his tracks. That was really well done.
But definitely needs more support.
Yeah, lots of life though. Like they're keeping her well above 50%, which as long as she doesn't panic, things are she's in good shape there.
Oh, they're chasing the Reaper.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, there he goes.
You're done.
Well done.
All right, let's start.
And we still have 3 ults. Chris is the only one that had to use an ult there, which at a minute 22, it's going to take him a bit to get back. With 3 ults, they got a chance to really end this here.
Well, and I think they're gonna wait for their Reaper because that seems to be their best plan.
He's definitely an important piece to this, for sure. Oh, now so we do see 1 ult there.
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
The other team. So we'll see. It was a little too early. For that. We still have 3 ults ourselves.
Hurting. So. Colin needs to go and communicate, and he's at 5 health.
There's a second ult by the opposing team.
Yeah.
Someone's going to talk to Piper. Someone's going to talk to Piper.
Yeah, Piper's just doing her own thing. Like, all right, guys, let's go get him. All right, well, Piper's still there. Skyfire. All right, ladies, let's see what you got.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a team wipe.
It was. They managed to do it. So Skyfire actually took out the last person that was in the backline there. So
I did
still got
like
3 ults.
I didn't like that one time Piper just sat like she's been killing them and then like, all right, where are my team? Oh, they're all dead.
I want to see this ult get popped here. Yep, we need there. Nice, huge ult there by Star Trek fan. That was perhaps a match-saving ult.
Oh,
And
yeah.
great job by Piper to nullify that Reaper ult as well.
Yeah,
I want to see Piper use her ult here. Oh,
Oh, no! No!
Piper's ult would have been perfect there.
Viper's ult would have been perfect there. This is okay. Well, they got a minute and 20 seconds to stop. Viper better be using her ult here. Well, Chris has his ult as well.
Yeah, we still got 3 ults, so they, ult management is important, but when you had a chance to stop dumping ults there, could have been the difference.
Yeah.
That's definitely what won the match for the opposing team.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say Bison's. All Bison's going to do is get one wipe, and this is done. Oh, yikes!
Viper.
Not great
Yeah,
there.
they're not playing as a team right now. The Bison's almost they're getting out of their game and playing like individuals here all of a sudden. So hoping that they focus back up and back into the team mode here.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Well, I mean, regardless, they got 38 seconds.
Yeah, we got 4 ults, so I
Okay,
want to
they better be using their ults. They better be using their ults.
Barrier initialized.
There we go.
There's one. Oh no! Yeah.
Oh, yikes! There. Okay, well they woke up.
Scattered. Yeah, scattered play. Definitely not focused. They were all kind of playing with other
Let the Kitsune guide
other
you.
interests. So
Well,
the
I mean,
Bison's
that's 10.
two.
Yeah, so round 1 complete. They got away. I mean, 3 points with 10 seconds left. As long as Bisons don't drop the ball, they should be able to walk away with a W.
Yeah. And what I saw there was that almost like the Bisons got a little overconfident, possibly. They played a really great team game, controlling the space, supporting each other, and then it just felt like it kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
After that big win by, we had 2 people, we had 3 ults, we were ready to go, and they just kind of fell apart. So hopefully they buckle back down, get that communication back in place.
They're gonna need to. Looks like Chris has swapped up
Watch your flanks. They might try something.
his character. Star Trek fan has swapped out his skin.
The
Oh, sorry, I
Hashimoto are a
apologize,
massive
folks.
force, with a lot more firepower than a gang of kids.
What? You think we shouldn't fight back?
I think you need to start fighting
There
Yeah,
we
Chris
go.
has switched over to Farah, and definitely a more mobile character. Might be looking to try and
If we
just
do this right,
change the
They
angle
won't even know what happened.
off the initial push here. So we'll see what that
It's
looks
about
like.
to get real. It's about to get real. It's about to get real.
All right, and they're off. So now it's their turn on offense. Chris going back up to his balcony. He said this worked when I was on defense. Let's see if this works when I'm on offense. Nice. Identifies that Reaper. Nice. Bison get 2 eliminations.
Well, and definitely, chasing the supports pretty hard. That was well.
Yeah, goodbye. And that's a nice spread on the KOs.
Yeah.
That's a nice spread
Now
on the
that's
KOs.
a huge. Yeah, so big time advantage right now for the Bisons. That was a great push.
Huge.
Great push.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they came out swinging. Target the support. Nice. 2,
Yeah,
3.
well done. Well,
That
and we're going to have to see the other team switch characters. They don't have anybody really that can deal with Chris's mobile flying character. So that was a really heads-up switch by Chris to see that. Because none of their DPS are designed to attack a flying character.
Oh, just the mobility.
Yeah. And so Chris is kind of free to go and hunt supports and be in the back line. They really don't have an answer. Yeah, they just don't have an answer for him.
There goes Chongus. Yikes. Looks like we're trading characters.
Yeah,
we
we're
got-
okay though. It's still 2-on-2,
What's
Payload in motion.
and we have the short respawn right now. So I think the Bisons need to take advantage of this and be
and need
aggressive.
to push, yeah, because they're looking like, oh, yeah, I guess the enemy team isn't here. Chris has his ultimate.
Yeah, we got 3 ultimates now. So
I'd say now would be
there we go. Yep.
Yikes.
Well, that was good. Still got a KO. So. Oh, maybe not. I thought he had the tank.
I don't think
Got
he
him
did.
close, so.
Here we go. Alright. Caleb now has his ultimate.
Behind you.
They're not sure about this play. We'll see if this works.
The barrier is weakened.
I don't think Bisons have been at full strength for a while.
Locking satellite vector. Let the Kitsune guide you.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job at targeting Bisons
Yes.
individually. Yeah, the Tiger
Yeah,
Pit woke
it
up.
feels like the Bisons are really focusing on the tank, and that can get them into trouble. So
Well, that's been a problem for us in the last few weeks, is just everybody focusing on the tank as opposed to like, guys, you're not going to out-damage how much health their supports are laying down on.
That feels much better.
What is that melody?
nice ult there by Piper. Really nice ult. Yep.
Now they mop up.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Huge, huge. Play of the game, I think.
Solid
Has
work.
to be play of the game.
Well, it definitely
Bisons
changed
need
the.
to hurry up, though. I mean, we're at 244.
Yes, definitely.
This is not... Yeah, we go. Do the thing. Do the thing.
Considering the start that they had, they definitely have given some back here. So
Yeah.
oh, good ult by the Reaper.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying ban the Reaper. Always ban the Reaper. Poor Piper. Poor Piper just not knowing where to go. Yeah, I like how she's just hiding in the corner. Alright, you got your support. Get back in there. Go do the thing. Yeah, Piper hits him with the sup, losers. Nice.
There we go. Good
Chunk
KO.
is taken
Yep.
out. Nice.
There's another one,
Piper
support
just
down.
punching her way through.
Yep. That's again controlling that space. That's really good job of Piper. Controlling that space. So we'll see if they can get the push here. I have a feeling they're going to be back just before we get there. So they're probably got one more fight. Well, Piper's got to get in there.
Yeah,
Get up front though.
wrong direction.
Oh, good job taking out the supports there. We're seeing the Bisons doing a better job of ignoring that tank. So
Big stun. Yeah, Piper targets right into that support. Nice! Get that Reaper out of there.
I don't, this is going to be a challenge. The Bisons are going to have to regroup.
Okay,
We do have 3 ults, so I want to see, hopefully all 3 of those ults get dumped here for this last push.
They're gonna have to.
Yep, we gotta go. Gotta go.
Yeah, time is of the essence.
It's a long run now, so we
Yeah,
gotta really focus
they
on the
cannot
point.
afford to get one more team wipe.
Yep.
They cannot afford to do it because they've essentially. I'd be using this, yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Pitter patter.
We need Chris to use his ult, get
We
that
need-
space going
We need
for
Chris
us.
to use his ult.
Yep.
Okay, Caleb out there. Good use of Caleb. Taking out
Yep.
Chungus.
Yep. Oh, they gotta watch. Oh, he was in a bad spot for that ult. Chris
Oh my
did
goodness,
use his
they're
ult,
bad
but
here.
they had a car wash set up with turrets.
Oh, yikes. This is.
Yeah, that's it.
This is
So
it.
good defense there.
Yeah, it was great defense on their part, but yeah, Bisons lose game 2.
Yeah, and I would definitely, I would chalk that up to communicating about alt position this time, um, and just not quite dealing. That Symmetra really messed them up actually, with the turret placement.
Yeah. I wonder if that was Chris, because here's the challenge with Chris playing a new character, especially one as mobile as that one. They're used to having Chris like giving the hurt. Like he's there, front lines giving the hurt. He'll get up high or whatever. I don't know if him having that mobile character was beneficial in the sense that well, they didn't know where Chris was, right? Like the Bisons didn't know where Chris was. He was everywhere. I don't know. I wonder if that hurt the team's strategy of setting up a defense. More of a push.
Possibly. Yeah, I don't know, that is a possibility. Hopefully he was communicating but yeah, if he's not communicating, that could cause an issue for sure.
Okay, so I mean, it's weird to think it is now 6:30 Saskatchewan time, and we're only on game 2. Or sorry, 6:10. It's 6:10, and we just finished game 2. Like that's a that's exciting. It's an exciting evening of esports.
Yeah, definitely. With the late start, definitely probably impacted us there, going almost right till 5:30.
All right, there we go. So Tiger Pit gets game 2, tied up the series. We're going into escort, and then regardless, we're going into push.
Yeah, we're gonna get our push again tonight. That's
Getting
good.
our push. This is what we signed up for. This is what we need. So not bad. Okay, so highlights, Mark. What did you think from? What did you think from that? Any standout moments for you or from the Bisons?
Really, really great start. I thought actually on defense, probably one of our better defensive stands off the start. Um, Caleb was doing a really good job with his character, being mobile, controlling space as a DPS and holding those lanes. Um, so I thought that was good. Piper, again, the first 2 points was really controlling space, doing a great job. Um, I think that Symmetra that they switched to on defense, we weren't prepared, and it gets you kind of turning around looking for turrets and stuff. I think that had an impact on us that we just weren't quite ready for.
Mm-hmm. Huge. Mark, we have these 5 game modes. We have control. We have hybrid, escort, push, flashpoint. What other game modes are there in Overwatch?
Oh man, on the spot. There's definitely a few.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I
and
think
and
we
there's
need to we need to swap out escort.
I you know some people would agree with you for sure. I like escort, but it reminds me it's as close as we have to the original 2 CP or 2 control point maps that we had in Overwatch 1, which were my favorite map type. So I
Well,
think
I'm
that's
just
why
thinking
I'm partial to S.
we got hybrid and escort are pretty much the same game, minus the capture the control point. Even the capture the control point, it does add a certain level of complexity to it, but we could mix it up here.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree, and that's where I'd like to almost see push in between the two. I think would be a really good
Huge.
break
Break
in
up
that.
break up the monotony of it. Yeah, because it almost feels like we finish hybrid and then we go into escort, and escort's like, all right, okay, well that hybrid was just the warm up. Here we go. All right, and here we go. So escort is one team pushes a payload through the checkpoints, the other tries to stop them in their tracks. It's a 2-round game mode. We'll take a look and see. I think Bisons are on the offensive for round 1. So let's take a look and see what we can get from the Bisons. This potentially your last regular season your regular season game. All right, and the Bison's preparing to attack. So Cullen has the same character. Chris has gone back to Soldier 76. Star Trek fan playing his second. Okay, interesting.
average, more
Piper
mechanical
has
or more human?
swapped
Why?
her main for her secondary.
Consider the
Interesting.
Yeah,
choice
she
for
had
the
her
Junker
main
Queen.
banned there, so which is actually okay. Junker Queen is a good fit for this map, so. Junker Queen is definitely a more
I mean, I'm
corridor typed hero, so.
Yeah. All right, Bison's come running out.
A trick or two.
We had bad luck in this game last week. It'll be interesting to see what the Bisons can come up with.
Be an interesting tank switch on part of the operation.
Yeah. Chungus swapping to more appropriate character for his gamer tag.
And we're seeing that Lucio back, that combination of Lucio and Hog. That's going to be formidable for sure.
I like how Roadhog is so big, quite literally their entire team is hiding behind him. There we go. Looks like we got it in. We got 2 eliminations. Bisons need to push. Get past the show.
Yeah, they definitely have to capitalize on this for sure.
You know what's funny? I remember last week, this is where we had challenges too.
Yeah, this corner is very difficult, especially with a Roadhog. Really challenging to get past this corner.
Nice. Colin Keith getting the KO on
Going
Chungus.
here.
Alright,
My
Bison's
ultimate is almost
fast,
ready.
making more progress than they did last week.
Enemy here. Lay you down. The Kitsune is ready.
Alright, looks like the Tiger Pit have split up, which I'm not too sure about. I think they're going to be probably getting there. Cullen's hiding in the back. Yikes.
Gotta stop focusing on the tank and worry about those supports.
Well, this was exactly what happened last week. The Bisons focused on the tank, and as opposed to focusing on those supports. But it is tough because that tank is huge.
He is very big and imposing for sure.
Well, good strat from them. I mean, he doesn't really do much damage, but he pulls them in, and then the entire team is there just saying, "All right, get him."
You've still got it.
Looks like
We gotta
KOs.
take out that
we gotta push.
Yep.
Especially when it's a 5v3. Like, why are we back here? Let's see, there's another KO. Let's get in there. Nice shot from Colin Keith.
Okay, gotta stop focusing on the tank though. He's gotta take out the healing turret. Has to take out the supports. Again, not focus on that tank.
Yeah. Kind of a regular thing we see from the Bisons. They get fixated on taking the tank down, as opposed to focusing on the supports.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Bison's getting back out there. I'm seeing good plays from Colin. Colin's been getting a couple good KOs.
Yeah, no, but again, that healing turret that we're playing against, that's an easy one for him to take out.
Yeah, just focus on the
it
healing.
makes a difference. Yeah. So, we'll see, the Bisons have to push. We've got 3 ults.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Are activated.
Oh, she gets some good ults by the opposing team there.
Yeah. Yikes, we're in overtime here. Chris trying to do his darndest to keep them alive. They go, yeah, shoot me. Oh boy.
Yeah, I just,
I've
you know, I
got you in
definitely
my
think some
sights.
struggles there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these mid-series adjustments need to happen. These mid-series
Yes.
adjustments need to happen. So we see that the Tiger Pit has done their mid-series adjustment. Bisons now need to do their mid-series adjustment and say, okay, what was working great for us? What wasn't? What adjustments do we need to make in order to bounce back? But
Yeah, and I think definitely just focusing on whatever supports they have, taking those tools away. That's what I'm seeing at the end of last match and the beginning of this round.
Being
Really
born
key.
of science, seeking answers in faith.
okay, and we're off now, setting up our
The
defenses.
knight's
So
called
Bison's
Gracie.
getting
The
up
axe is
to
Carnage. And me?
99 meters.
I'm your queen.
Let's take a look and see how the Bisons do. I mean, they got one tough fight ahead of them.
I came, I saw, I stomped some face.
All right, looks like we got our 2 DPS up here on the top. We got Star Trek fan somehow leading the bunch. All right. So it looks like they got their sabotage.
Enemy stop the payload from moving.
Nice defense. Good lanes. Unfortunately, Cullen got taken out. Nice. Good attack from Chris. Pushing the back, checking his flank. Here come. Who's the character with the shield on the enemy team? Nice, good job from the Bisons. All right, Bisons get the elimination team wipe and keep pushing. So this keep holding the line. Again, they got 2 minutes and 43 seconds. There's still a lot of game left. And target those back characters. Nice job. Ooh, and we have an ult ready for Chris Summit. Again, you know, Chris is attacking. The enemy team is supposed to be attacking that support.
Yeah, saw actually Star Trek fan getting a couple of small picks on their support there. That was really well done by him.
Tactical visor activated.
Impressive offensive push.
Oh, good ult there by Star Trek fan. Kept Chris alive. Unfortunately, he fell pretty quick. So
Yeah. I think 100% next week
It's go time.
we need to focus on, was it Roadhog? Is that who it is?
yeah, we just need to learn to ignore him for sure.
Yeah, that's we got our training this done. They see that pig, they try to make him squeal. Again, we're laying down the hurt on Roadhog as opposed to targeting.
Yeah, need to target his supports. He's just got too much health with his own healing ability to take him down without taking the supports out first.
Yeah. I think that's where Colin's doing a not actually too bad job of skimming, like just keeping them busy. Just jumping around, sliding from point to point. my goodness. Contested. Yikes. Good attempt from Chris. Alright, and that's defeat. Okay, so game 3 goes to the Tiger Pits from Colorado. Okay, so we're going into game 4. So right now, we're at 2-1. Bisons need to win push in order to keep this series going. Nice play in the game from Yuyo. Piper Murdoch. So great job from her. So all right, so we're going into push. Push. My favorite game mode. Mine and Mark's favorite game mode. So push. Team fights to control the robot in the center, then push it as far as possible into enemy territory. This seems to be where the Bisons get, like, they usually pull some kind of shenanigans. The Bisons pull some kind of shenanigans, and they can usually squeak out a win. So
The Bisons like the shenanigans. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, like it's absolutely incredible how the Bisons can.
My
play
favorite
well
was still a couple of seasons ago, the playoff win of backcapping, sneaking our Sombra all the way around and capping the point there. That was a big deal.
Yeah, I think okay. Was that a hybrid or was that push?
That was hybrid.
That was hybrid. Yeah, I remember that. I think it was announcing for that game where we're all watching. We're like, all right, yeah, we're all attacking, we're all fighting. Yeah. Oh no, Bison's got wiped, and then we're like, wait a minute, we won.
Yep.
Like, do you remember who was the player who did that?
I'm not sure.
Was that Evan Chang?
I don't believe so, because if it was Sombra, it was probably. Yeah, well, it wouldn't have been Jeremy, because I believe he was playing support at that time. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look, but
yeah, I check the live stream. Yeah, but I remember that because there was just mass confusion.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys pushed up your defense a little bit too far up. All right, well, I'll just move the payload. It's like, win. It's like, wait,
yeah,
what?
It was that was epic for sure.
Yeah, like, yeah, get Bison shenanigans. Just Bison's like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Bisons definitely need to stop targeting the tank. That's been an issue for us the entire. That's our Achilles heel. We keep targeting the tank, and we don't target the supports.
The supports, yeah. I was just looking back, and I should have known this. It was Dreamin' Bacon that pulled off that move. So.
Dreamin' Bacon. The gamer tag is so familiar. Who was Dreamin' Bacon?
Who was kind of our lead last year?
Oh, Kobe. That was Kobe's gamer tag.
Kobe Spear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that Kobe who got that?
Yes, it was. So.
Yeah, Kobe. Oh yeah. All right. Are we sure it was Kobe? Are we sure that was?
Yes, it was.
Was it not Banana Josh?
No, fan favorite Banana Josh.
Yeah,
and shout out to fan favorite Banana Josh. Has been helping out with practices this year, supporting the current team, coming back as alumni, helping work with some of the players and stuff. So
well, it was great to see him as well as Jeremy and Kobe, all back here for homecoming. So it was great.
Oh, that's too bad I missed that. That's awesome to see them.
Well,
all
I
back,
had to tease them because they're in the family room of the school, and they all go back to that boardroom table in the family room, and they're all on their laptops. I'm like, yes, good to see you guys. Haven't skipped a beat. Everybody comes back, brings a gaming light, and just sits down like, just like your boys' 4 years here.
Yeah,
it's good just to sit in the family room with your laptops, play some video games at break. I was like, well, there you go. That's great. So no, it was actually pretty cool. We talked with some of the players about some of our strategies and just the future of the program. So that was really great. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this push match. This is usually where we see good. But again, I'm so heartbroken that we only get the one round.
Yeah. It's funny, the other team is really slow in between rounds. can't see them being in the same room. It feels like they're doing a lot of text chat trying to get themselves organized here in between rounds.
Yeah, well,
really
one or
seems-
two of them have that McDonald's Wi-Fi. Just plug their desktop into McDonald's. McDonald's Wi. I mean, that's a joke. Me and my buddies have been all saying. We're like, hey, let's go get some. We should take our desktops and go to McDonald's and just plug them in. And then just be like, yeah, keep the McDoubles coming.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they are actually pretty slow in between rounds. It'll be interesting to see, how the Bisons do. I'm hoping the Bisons right now are communicating about strategy, about how they want to see this go. I see here. I wonder if this comms is. I think Chunga says ready. We ban Kiriko. Was that last round? Yeah.
They banned Curie now this round, I think.
Okay. Did we ban? We should have banned. What's his name? Reaper.
Yeah, we banned Ram, not Reaper. So we banned their tank, and so they banned Kiriko. So
All right. Well, that's good.
we should get our Sigma back, which should be helpful.
Yeah. All right. Bison's assembling their team. All right, here we go. All right, Bison's back. Randy rocking Juno as her secondary. Does pretty good with Juno. Not gonna lie, I mean that was Banana Josh's favorite character.
Yes, he was definitely very good with Juno.
I remember when Juno first came out, I didn't remember what Juno's name was, so I kept calling her. He's a Banana Josh's bubbly girl.
Yeah.
So Bison's rushing. So the bot unlocks in 23 seconds. So Bison's rushing to get a good spot in here.
Enemy over there.
I was talking to some of the Bison players earlier at Coliseum. This obviously is one of their favorite maps.
Yeah, the Bisons enjoy this when they play it often. Again, we're really focusing on the tank.
I just saw
Again, another tank that
nice. Well, we got Piper back in the driver's seat. Piper likes to punch through these people like nobody's business. So, all right, robots making headway. Bisons get first blood. 10 meters and counting.
as I said that we were focusing on the tank, both C-Play and Starting Point made the adjustment and started attacking support. So good on them for making that adjustment there.
Yeah. Piper not really in the thick of it, but getting the jump. Nice! Bison's
seeing
getting
a couple of picks. Yep.
This is going.
Nice.
I think we're going to game
work.
5.
Yep.
I know it's really soon, and we still got a lot of Overwatch left, but Bison's
So
making the right adjustment.
We've now seen the opposition go back to that.
Well, everybody's got a plan until we can hit the base.
That's right. So they've gone back to that turret character. So we'll see how Bison's handle that now.
Nice, Piper. I think Piper was backing up to try and get out of combat. Unfortunately, backed up into the enemy team. Looks like we got a couple trades here. Bison's not bad for a first push, 66 meters.
Yeah, very solid first push.
Yeah. Oof.
Now they got to regroup though. They got to get back and play as a team.
I think that was. Nice. Christopher Summit in the back, trying to hunt the opposing teams.
Oh, we lost our tank. That was a big
right.
team focus there.
Yeah, good. Poor Chris. Oh no, you're done. As the kids would say, you are cooked.
You are cooked.
Yeah, alright, so looks like the Tiger Pet is now on the offensive. Bison's waiting to regroup. We have Star Trek fan, Caleb Turd, just firing off some damage.
I'm on my game now.
All right, and the Bisons are now back into action. Nice evasion from Caleb Turd. Nice evasion from Caleb Turd. Caleb needs to go help Piper. Uh-oh.
Piper tried to 1v1 the tank, and then the tank got some help. So again, it feels to me like we're disjointed. We're not working together. We got 4 ults.
Yeah, we got a
so
lot of
definitely
ults.
Yeah. But we gotta be working together. We gotta focus on the same thing. We can't start trying to 1v1 people. That's not gonna get us the win.
What is that melody?
All right, Colin doing a little sneak down.
That distance now exceeds our own.
Oh, there's that Reaper. Get over there, Chris. All right, Chris. Saved by Skyfire, Randy Anderson. Oh my goodness. You can just see how quick the tables turn. Their tank is so imposing.
Yes, and again, self-healing a little bit, so that's where you really got to focus on the supports. And
There's that Reaper.
And again, ult management is so key.
That's a bad day at the office. Impressive uses of ults from Tiger Pit. You know, again, not to put too much weight on Piper's shoulders, but like, when Piper is having a good round, the Bisons are having a good round, and Piper has been struggling. Oh my goodness, this game is turntables, quite a bunch. Bisons are running out of time to put something together. You know, it's never too late.
It seems again like it's the character with the turrets, the beam. We're not ready. Again, it's almost like a change in elevation. You know, having to turn around to deal with some of that stuff seems impacting the Bisons and their focus. So.
Bison's inches from losing. I mean, I think who are we missing? We look like Piper has swapped. Bison's back at full strength. We got a long way to go now. Very impressive offensive push.
Yep.
Very impressive. We got rid of those sentry turrets. Bison's had some issues with that in the past. Oh! Solid use of the ult by Reaper. Solid use ult by Reaper. Bison's now going on the defensive. This might be a Bison's bet. Need to stop this attack. They don't have a lot of time.
Nope.
Not a lot of ults left with Eddie. Closest one is Caleb Turn switching back to his. Nice, Bison's doing a decent job. Oh my goodness, Bison's get it! And Colin Keith gets in clutch with the aid of Christopher Subic. All right, good work, damage. All right. The boys are escorting the robot. Here comes Piper. She's ready to go. And we have Star Trek fan and then Skyfire following it. The Bisons need to win this push and keep that push moving. The Bisons really need to lay down some of the hurt and get some ultimates. I'd like to see a little bit more of Colin getting in behind them. With his mobility, easily get. Ooh, and pick up that turret. That was a bad push. That's all right. We got Chris with his ult. He's gonna get the jump on them. Chris needs to fall back. Chris needs to get up high, use that ult, push him back.
Yeah, we got three ults here, so.
Chris is a bit up front.
The robot is in our possession.
Cybernetics regulated.
All right, here we go. Not looking good. We got 2 minutes to make up.
Let's give him
100 and what? 120 some, or 100 and no, 70 meters. We need to go up 70 meters. Okay, hopefully Bison's. Okay, use that ult. Target those supports and use that ult. Okay, move on. Reaper's not. Don't chase the Reaper. Nice. Chungus has been taken out. And Bison's breakthrough and finally get a team kill and are making their way downtown. All right, let's go Bisons. We got some work to do. We got 60 seconds to do it. So yeah.
That Reaper ult. Yep.
I told you, permanent ban Reaper. Get him out of here. All right, Bisons, get him up to the infamous 69 meters. All right, Bison's on. I mean, maybe we might be able to trigger an overtime. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Oh, definitely. It's never over till it's over, for sure.
Nice.
So.
Reaper is done. Nice. Chungus hasn't realized his team is all right. We're in overtime. So that means Bisons need to make sure that one of their players is well ahead to make sure that we do not stop this momentum.
The enemy is here.
You cannot escape me.
Yikes. Not a good play by the Fly. I don't know. Mark, I would have sent guys up way ahead.
Yeah, you only need to have one with the robot, especially when you know they're going to be using ults. So.
Let me use that ult now.
Yep.
That means
Yep.
you got
There's
nothing
no
left.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nothing to save it for.
Yeah, held on to that a
tough
bit.
break.
Yeah,
Tough
held
break.
on to that a little bit too long. So, Bisons lose in game 4, getting up to 69 meters. Let's see. Nice, Christopher Summit getting play of the game.
Yeah, this almost turned it around for them. They almost went from there. So
Yeah.
good effort, but definitely some things to work on for sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, good gameplay. I think there's some characters we really need to watch out for. Like again, Roadhog as one of them. Like Roadhog was an absolute beast. Reaper,
I would
absolute
agree.
beast.
Both of those tanks, they're big, they're imposing, they get in your face. They're hard to ignore, but learning how to ignore them is what's going to win you the game against those tanks for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, folks, well, that's it from us. That may have been our last regular season game. We're excited to take a look and see where we are up in the rankings. Bison's now, I think, 3 and 4? 3 and 4. We won't know until tomorrow where we are in the rankings. But folks, thanks so much for stopping by tonight, supporting the Bisons, being on that live stream, showing love to our players. It makes all the difference to them, to us, to the team, to the school. When we all do better, we all do better. And I think we saw tremendous effort from our Bisons tonight. So, big round of applause to all of our players. That being said, tune in next week, Monday at 5 p.m. If things change, we'll let you know. But until then, God bless and go Bisons.